Welcome to Agro TV. Today, we're turning back the clock and digging into the roots of farming history with a list that's all about legacy, power, and the machines that started it all. In this episode, we're showcasing 14 of the oldest farm tractors from the 1900s that most people have never even heard of. These machines weren't built for looks, they were built to work, and many of them helped revolutionize agriculture across the world. Some came from small manufacturers lost to time, others from legendary brands in their earliest days. From steel wheels and crank starts to massive flywheels and oil-burning engines. These tractors were the pioneers of modern farming, forgotten in barns, tucked behind sheds, or rusting in fields. Each one has a unique story that deserves to be remembered. So get ready to discover rare engineering, bold design, and the raw power that once ruled the land. This is Agro TV, and these are the 14 oldest farm tractors from the 1900s that you didn't know exist. Number 14. The Rumley Oil Pull tractor stands as one of the most iconic early agricultural machines, symbolizing the shift from steam to internal combustion in the early 20th century. Developed by the Advanced Rumley Company and introduced around 1910, the oil pull was designed to offer farmers a reliable alternative to bulky steam traction engines, using kerosene-fueled two-cylinder horizontal engines that simplified maintenance and operation. These engines, cooled by oil instead of water, hence the name oil pull, produced torque-rich power suitable for heavy-duty field work. With models ranging from 20 to 60 horsepower, a hallmark of its design was the distinctive upright, smokestack, and exposed flywheels, paired with massive steel wheels and a rugged steel chassis that allowed it to endure rough terrain and punishing workloads. The driver's platform offered minimal comfort, but its simplicity reflected the machine's utilitarian purpose, emphasizing durability over luxury. In a time when dependable mechanization could make or break a farm's productivity, the Rumley Oil Pull gained a devoted following for its reliability, fuel economy, and sheer pulling strength, though it eventually gave way to more compact, modern tractors. The oil pull's legacy lives on in vintage tractor shows and collector circles, celebrated not only for its innovative engineering but for how it helped transform American farming forever. Would you ever want to drive a machine that changed the face of agriculture more than a century ago? Number 13. The Massie Ferguson 97 was a commanding presence in the field during the early 1960s, representing a unique cross-brand collaboration that blended Massie Ferguson's global reach with Minneapolis Mullen's reputation for rugged, high-horsepower machines. Rather than being designed in-house, the MF97 was essentially a rebadged Minneapolis Mullen G706, built under agreement and tailored to suit Massie Ferguson's North American customer base, which increasingly demanded more power and durability. For large-scale farming operations, at its heart was the Minneapolis Mullen HD 800, a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder diesel engine that delivered an impressive 130 horsepower, making it one of the most potent two-wheel drive tractors of its time. This engine offered massive torque and dependable cold weather starting, ideal for pulling wide tillage equipment through challenging soil without stalling or slipping. The tractor's build reflected its muscle, a long, heavy frame, substantial cast iron components, and optional dual rear wheels allowed it to dominate in the field while maintaining traction and balance. While it lacked the operator comforts found in later machines, there was no enclosed cab, limited suspension, and minimal protection from dust or weather. The MF97 was straightforward to operate and easy to maintain, with basic mechanical systems that most farmers could service themselves. The styling featured Massie Ferguson's gray and red livery, but with visible traces of its Minneapolis Mullen DNA in the overall proportions and stance, making it a visually distinctive and technically impressive machine. Though production numbers were relatively low, the MF97 earned respect for its power, reliability, and no-nonsense approach to getting hard work done. Today, it remains a prized collector's item, celebrated not just for its rarity but for embodying an era when tractors were built to last and partnerships forged machines of real character. Would you trust a machine like this to carry the weight of your land? Number 12. The Long 2610 was a durable, no-frills utility tractor introduced in the late 1970s by Long Manufacturing of Tarboro, North Carolina. Designed to offer American farmers a tough and affordable workhorse without the complications of modern electronics or luxury features. Built in partnership with the Romanian company UTB Universal Tractors, BRA, the 2610 was essentially a rebadged version of the Universal 650 adapted for U.S. use with improved parts availability, slightly updated components, and better dealer support. Power came from a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder diesel engine producing roughly 60 horsepower. Renowned for its high torque, strong fuel economy, and mechanical reliability, even in tough field conditions. It featured an 8-speed manual, transmission, live power takeoff, and power steering as standard, making it well-suited for a wide variety of tasks, including plowing, bush hogging, baling hay, and general loader work. The tractor's construction was solid and straightforward, with a heavy-duty chassis, dependable axles, and a basic open operator station that offered little comfort but total functionality. There were no enclosed cabs, no digital readouts, and no fancy electronics, just a tough steel seat, analog gauges, and easy-to-reach levers that got the job done. Its simplicity meant that breakdowns were rare, and when they happened, repairs could usually be made in the field with a set of wrenches and some determination. While it never achieved the brand recognition of bigger names like John Deere or Ford, the long 2610 built a strong following among farmers who valued mechanical honesty and practical performance over flashy branding. Even today, the 2610 remains a sought-after model for collectors and working farms alike, proving that straightforward engineering can stand the test of time. Would you rely on a rugged, old-school machine like this to handle your everyday farm chores? Number 11. The International Harvester 1468 was a bold and unconventional tractor introduced in the early 1970s, designed to stand out in both performance and presence with one of the most unique engines ever fitted to a farm machine. At its heart was a V8 diesel engine sourced from International's own truck division, the DV550A, naturally aspirated 550 cubic inch powerhouse, delivering around 145 horsepower. Unlike typical tractor engines built for slow, torque-heavy performance, the DV550 was smoother and revvier, giving the 1468 a distinct sound and feel more akin to a big rig than a row crop tractor. Built on the proven chassis of the 1466, the 1468 retained all the heavy-duty components and rugged design farmers expected, but added the raw appeal of a roaring V8 under the hood. Complete with vertical twin exhaust stacks that became a visual and auditory signature. It featured a 16-speed transmission, hydrostatic power steering, and a comfortable open or optional enclosed cab, making it suitable for long hours of fieldwork. However, the DV550 was not as forgiving as traditional inline diesels. It required careful maintenance and had a reputation for being finicky under heavy loads if not properly handled. Despite this, the 1468 carved out a loyal fanbase, especially among performance-minded operators who valued its sheer presence and unique character. Though it was produced in limited numbers and had a relatively short production run, the International 1468 remains a cult favorite today, sought after by collectors and admired at tractor pulls and shows for its growling exhaust note and head-turning silhouette. Would you put a V8 under your seat just to hear it roar across the field? Number 10. The Alishomer's D21 was a game-changing machine introduced in 1963, representing a major leap forward, not just for the company, but for the entire agricultural equipment industry. It was the first Alish tractor to break the 100 horsepower barrier straight off the assembly line, signaling the brand's serious push into the emerging high horsepower row crop segment that was quickly gaining traction among large-scale farmers. At its core was a turbocharged six-cylinder diesel engine displacing 426 cubic inches, initially producing 103 horsepower and later upgraded to as much as 125 horsepower, giving the D21 exceptional pulling power, deep torque reserves, and the stamina to handle heavy tillage, large planters, and demanding implements across vast acreage. A massive 52-gallon fuel tank allowed for extended workdays without constant refueling, while a power director transmission made it easy to shift on the go between high and low ranges under load, maximizing productivity in the field. Structurally, the D21 was built tough with heavy-duty axles, beefed-up final drives, and reinforced rear components that allowed it to transfer power efficiently to the ground, even in the most demanding soil conditions. The open operator platform, though lacking the creature comforts of later cabs, was unusually spacious for its time, with wide steps, a flat deck, and panoramic visibility that gave the driver confidence and control from the seat. Its appearance was just as bold as its performance. A long, squared-off hood, high rear fenders, and vivid orange paint with bold striping gave the D21 an unmistakable profile in the field or on the lot. It wasn't just another was a statement of power and progress, designed to take on the likes of John Deere's 5020 and International Harvester's 1206 with authority. Though production only lasted until 1970, the D21 carved out a legendary status among collectors, restorers, and tractor pullers for its combination of brawn, style, and historical significance. Even today, seeing a D21 still running, strong is a reminder of an era when horsepower, engineering, and visual impact came together in one unforgettable package. Would you take the wheel of this Alice icon and let its turbocharged roar remind the field who's boss? Number 9. The Alishomer's 7050 was a bold and innovative tractor, introduced in 1973 as part of the company's 7000 series, reflecting a new direction in agricultural machinery that prioritized both high performance and operator comfort. Designed to compete in the growing 140 to 160 horsepower class, The 7050 came equipped with a turbocharged 6-cylinder diesel engine displacing 426 cubic inches, producing approximately 145 horsepower. This engine delivered impressive torque and durability, allowing the 7050 to handle heavy tillage, large planting equipment, and demanding field operations with ease. It also featured Jmer's Power Director transmission, offering a partial power shift that let operators shift between high and low ranges on the go without using the clutch-in innovation that boosted field efficiency and made long workdays less taxing. One of its most groundbreaking features was the fully integrated cab, a first for Jmer's, which included heating, air conditioning, and sound insulation to create a far more comfortable and quieter work environment compared to previous open-platform tractors. This cab, mounted with rubber isolation to reduce vibration, represented a major step toward modern operator ergonomics and productivity. The tractor's heavy-duty frame, strong axles, and responsive hydraulics supported a wide range of attachments, making it versatile enough for everything from row crop farming to hay production. Visually, the 7050 had a clean, squared-off appearance with the classic Jmer's orange finish, tall rear fenders, and bold decals that gave it both a modern look and a powerful stance in the field, though it would later be surpassed by larger models like the 7060 and 7080. The 7050 laid the foundation for a new era in Jmer's tractor design, blending muscle, comfort, and innovation into a machine that farmers could depend on. Would you sit back in that climate-controlled cab and let this orange powerhouse do the heavy lifting? Number 8. The Jmer's 7580 was a bold and ambitious step into the four-wheel drive market. Introduced in 1976 as the company's first articulated tractor and a serious contender in the growing demand for high horsepower machines suited to large garage farming. At its heart was a turbocharged 6-cylinder diesel engine displacing 426 cubic inches, derived from the proven 7000 series power plant and tuned to produce roughly 200 horsepower, giving the 7580 the muscle needed for heavy tillage, deep ripping, and other demanding fields. Full-time four-wheel drive and an articulated frame allowed the tractor to turn tighter and maintain traction in rough or wet conditions, while massive dual rear wheels helped distribute its weight and reduce soil compaction. It used a Power Director transmission system with 16 forward and 4 reverse speeds, offering good range and flexibility, though it wasn't without its challenges, particularly when subjected to heavy draft loads, as the transmission and final drives could be stressed under prolonged strain. Still, the 7580's standout feature was its factory-installed, fully enclosed cab, one of the most advanced of its time, equipped with air conditioning, heating, and excellent visibility that transformed the operator experience from purely functional to genuinely comfortable. The bold, squared-off design, high-mounted exhaust stack, and signature Jmer's orange finish gave the 7580 a distinctive and commanding look in the field, though it faced tough competition from more established four-wheel drive models and had a few mechanical drawbacks. The 7580 represented a critical step for Jmer's in modernizing its lineup and embracing the scale of contemporary agriculture. Today, the 7580 holds a unique place in tractor history, not just as Jmer's first articulated effort, but as a machine that dared to bring comfort and style to the serious business of big farming. Would you trust this orange giant to take charge of the toughest acres on your land? Number 7. The Case 1470 Traction King was a bold and innovative four-wheel drive tractor introduced in the early 1970s, designed to meet the rising demand for high horsepower, articulated machines capable of handling increasingly large implements and tougher field conditions. As part of the Case Traction King series, the 1470 featured a rugged, articulated frame, full-time four-wheel drive, and equal-sized wheels, allowing it to maintain excellent traction, maneuverability, and flotation in a wide range of soil types and weather conditions. At its core was a turbocharged 6-cylinder diesel engine, typically the case-built model, producing around 165 horsepower that delivered strong torque and reliable performance for demanding operations like deep tillage, heavy disking, and pulling large planters across expansive acreage. The tractor was equipped with a durable manual transmission, offering a wide range of gears and a 2-speed power shift feature, providing flexibility under varying field loads. Its articulating chassis allowed for tight turning radiuses and improved handling, making the 1470 surprisingly agile for its size. The operator station, while not luxurious by today's standards, included an enclosed cab option with heating and ventilation, and the elevated seating position offered commanding visibility of the work area. The squared-off design, prominent grille, and Case's familiar desert sunset paint scheme gave the 1470 a distinctive look that made it stand out in the field. Built tough and engineered to tackle big jobs, The 1470 was appreciated by large acreage farmers who needed more power and efficiency than two-wheel drive tractors could offer at the time. Though later models like the 2470 would build on its legacy, the 1470 helped establish Case as a serious player in the articulated tractor market and proved that big power could be paired with innovative design. Today, it remains a cult favorite among collectors and vintage equipment enthusiasts for its raw strength, unique styling, and pioneering place in four-wheel drive tractor history. Would you command this early titan of traction and feel the pull of farming innovation from the 70s? Number 6. The John Deere 8630 was a formidable four-wheel drive tractor introduced in 1975, representing the company's first serious push into the articulated high-horsepower market at a time when large-scale farmers demanded bigger, tougher machines to handle ever-growing implements and acreages. Built on a massive articulated frame with full-time four-wheel drive, the 8630 was powered by a turbocharged six-cylinder diesel engine, displacing 649 cubic inches, delivering approximately 275 horsepower, making it one of the most powerful tractors of its day. Designed to handle heavy tillage, ripping, and deep field work with ease, the 8630 featured a rugged 16-speed power-shift transmission, outboard planetary final drives, and a wide stance that provided excellent traction and stability under load. The tractor came with a fully enclosed cab equipped with air conditioning, heating, and sound insulation, offering comfort and visibility that made long hours in the field far more manageable. While the 8630 was undeniably capable, early models were known for reliability issues with the engine, particularly when worked hard for extended periods, which led to updates and later design improvements by Deere. Despite these early hurdles, the 8630 helped cement John Deere's presence in the articulated tractor space, offering a powerful blend of brute strength, operator comfort, and iconic green-and-yellow styling. Its bold design, massive dual wheels, and articulated center pivot made it instantly recognizable and a staple on large Midwestern grain farms throughout the late 70s and early 80s. Today, the 8630 is remembered both for its role in Deere's evolution and for its raw mechanical presence in the era of big iron. Would you take the controls of this green giant and let its power roll across endless fields? Number 5. The Jmer's Model G was a revolutionary and compact tractor introduced in 1948, designed specifically for small-scale farming and vegetable cultivation at a time when precision, visibility, and versatility were key. Unlike any other tractor of its era, the Model G featured a rear-mounted, air-cooled four-cylinder Continental engine, which allowed for an entirely unobstructed view of the belly-mounted implement area, ideal for tasks like cultivating, planting, and row crop maintenance. With just under 10 horsepower, the Model G was not built for brute strength but for finesse, offering farmers exceptional control and accuracy in tight plots, greenhouses, and truck farms. It used a simple 4-speed transmission and rear-wheel drive layout, and its lightweight design allowed it to operate without compacting the soil, an important trait for vegetable growers. The innovative tubular frame and implement mounting system made it easy to switch between tools like planters, cultivators, and plows without needing additional help or equipment. While its unconventional layout initially puzzled some, it quickly gained favor among market gardeners and specialty growers for its efficiency and ease of use in delicate crops. The open operator station was basic, with a small steel seat and no cab, but the visibility and direct connection to the implement made up for any lack of comfort. Though production lasted only until 1950, with about 30,000 units built, the Model G became a cult classic among enthusiasts and still sees use today in sustainable and organic farming circles. Its simple engineering, unique form, and thoughtful design set it apart as one of the most purpose-built tractors in American history. Would you take the seat of this pint-sized pioneer and see what farming looked like from a whole new angle? Number 4. The Farmall Model H was a cornerstone of American agriculture during the mid-20th century. Introduced by International Harvester in 1939 as a versatile, mid-sized row crop tractor designed for general-purpose farming. With a durable four-cylinder, gasoline engine producing roughly 26 horsepower, the Model H delivered just the right mix of power and efficiency for cultivating, plowing, mowing, and other common farm tasks. Its narrow front axle design allowed for excellent maneuverability between crop rows, while the 5-speed transmission gave it the flexibility to adapt to various field conditions and implement needs. The open operator station was basic but practical, with good visibility and easy access to levers and controls, reflecting the tractor's straightforward, no-frills design, built to be reliable and easy to maintain. The Model H quickly gained popularity among small and medium-sized farms, eventually becoming one of the best-selling Farmall models of all time, with over 390,000 units produced. By the end of its run in 1953, today, the Farmel H is remembered as a dependable workhorse and a symbol of farming's golden era. Would you fire up this legendary red machine and take a ride through agricultural history? Number 3. The Mahindra 4110 was a compact utility tractor introduced in the early 2000s, designed to give small acreage farmers, landscapers, and rural property owners a powerful, durable, and cost-effective solution for a wide range of tasks. Built with Mahindra's reputation for rugged simplicity and reliability, the 4110 was powered by a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder diesel engine producing around 41 horsepower, delivering strong low-end torque ideal for loader work, brush cutting, tilling, grading, and even light field plowing. It featured a heavy-duty cast-iron chassis and full planetary reduction rear axles, giving it durability far beyond many other tractors in its class. One of the standout features of the 4110 was its fully synchronized transmission, typically offering 12 forward and 12 reverse gears, allowing smooth operation in tight spots and excellent control for precision tasks. The 4110 came standard with 4-wheel drive, power steering, differential lock, and a Category I 3-point hitch, making it well equipped for modern implement compatibility and traction in rough or uneven terrain. It also featured a live power takeoff system, enabling operators to run rear attachments efficiently without sacrificing control or safety. While the open operator station was simple with a suspension seat, easy-to-reach controls, and minimal electronics, it delivered solid ergonomics and visibility that made long days more manageable. The Mahindra 4110 gained a strong following for being overdealt, dependable, and easy to maintain, with a mechanical design that favored straightforward repairs and minimal downtime. Though not flashy or loaded with digital features, it offered exceptional value for landowners who needed serious performance in a compact package. Today, the 4110 remains a popular choice in the used tractor market, prized for its toughness and long-term dependability. Would you take the wheel of this compact diesel and see just how much work 41 horsepower can really do? Number 2. The Kletra HG was a small crawler tractor introduced in the late 1930s by the Cleveland Tractor Company, better known as Kletra, and quickly became one of the most versatile and beloved tract machines of its era. Originally designed for agricultural use, the HG brought the benefits of crawler traction, low ground pressure, superior stability, and excellent grip to smaller farms and tasks that typically relied on wheeled tractors. Powered by a 4-cylinder Hercules gasoline engine producing around 14 horsepower, the HG wasn't built for speed but for control and traction, excelling in tasks like cultivating, plowing on slopes, orchard work, and later even construction jobs. It used a straightforward transmission with 3 forward speeds and 1 reverse, coupled with individual steering clutches and brakes that allowed it to pivot cleanly in tight space, is especially valuable in vineyards, small plots, and timbered land. Its compact size, low center of gravity, and narrow track options made it ideal for operating in tight quarters or on uneven terrain where larger machines would struggle. During World War II, a militarized version called the OC-3 was produced for the U.S. Army and used in airfield maintenance, which only added to the HG's legacy of rugged reliability. The open operator station was minimalist, offering basic levers and a steel seat, but its simplicity meant fewer parts to break and easier upkeep for owners. Farmers appreciated its steady, sure-footed operation, particularly in wet or hilly conditions where wheel tractors often lost traction or caused soil damage. Though production of the HG ended in the early 1950s, it laid the groundwork for future Oliver and Kletra crawler models and remains a favorite among collectors, hobby farmers, and vintage equipment fans. Its unique combination of size, strength, and utility made it a mechanical workhorse in a pint-sized package. Would you climb aboard this steel-tracked classic and feel the grip of history beneath your feet? Number 1. The Deutsch D15 was a compact and efficient German-built tractor introduced in the early 1960s by Kletra Deutsch, designed to serve small farms and vineyard operations with a blend of simplicity, reliability, and fuel economy. Positioned as an entry-level model in Deutsch's D-Series lineup, the D15 was powered by a single-cylinder air-cooled diesel engine producing approximately 15 horsepower, enough for basic agricultural tasks like plowing small plots, mowing, hauling, and light cultivating. Though modest in size, the D15 was engineered with typical German precision, featuring robust construction, smooth mechanical operation, and low fuel consumption, making it a practical and dependable choice for post-war European farmers seeking cost-effective mechanization. The tractor came with a 5-speed manual transmission and a mechanically engaged power takeoff, offering enough versatility to power small implements while keeping the machine's layout simple and easy to service. One of its standout features was the air-cooled engine Deutsch hallmark, which eliminated the need for a water-based cooling system, reducing maintenance and increasing reliability, especially in colder climates where freezing was a concern. Its compact dimensions and narrow wheelbase made it ideal for tight field rows, orchards, and vineyards, while the lightweight frame minimized soil compaction. The open operator platform was minimal but functional, offering a steel seat, simple lever controls, and good visibility for precision work in confined areas. While it was never intended for large-scale operations, the D15 played an important role in agricultural modernization. During a time when many European farms were transitioning away from animal labor, its rugged build, efficient engine, and ease of maintenance helped it earn a loyal following, and many examples remain in working condition today, cherished by collectors and small acreage farmers alike. Would you hop on this air-cooled classic and see what 15 German horses can still do in the field?